taking off fast. We are here and we are in motion. Taking off fast. We are here and we are in motion. Taking off fast, letting you know. Taking off fast, letting you know. Taking off fast, letting you know. Shout out. So sometimes one thing goes for another thing, but you gotta slow the thing down for a second and pull down the sound. Everything's gonna be all right when I'm around. I'm feeling kind of good tonight. I'm a little tired, but other than that, I'm feeling right. And I hope that you are too. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about life right now and how it's going down. Are you doing better since January 20th? Please tell me the truth. And if you could, show me proof. Cause I don't think that anybody who makes under 8 figures is getting bigger. Matter of fact, 8 might not do. So 9 gotta come through. 9 figures, do you got the salary? Would you ever get there? I don't know, I don't care. I care about my peeps and also about myself and my health. Wealth might come, might not, but one thing for sure, I'm a rock spot. And I'm here to do it today, but I'm not on this thing like fair to say, yo, what's up with y'all? Yo, what's up with y'all? Everything's gonna be all down. Yo, everything's good when I come around. And I think you feel the same. Sun 752 is my name. Yo, yeah. 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 What? Yeah. Power Monday still. Happy Memorial Day, y'all. I guess you could say belated Memorial Day. You can't be late a holiday, right? I'll say this. For all those fallen soldiers who fought for this country, rest in peace to y'all. Yeah. Got questions. Got suggestions. Yeah. Yeah. Late night, 2 a.m. on the East Coast, baby. Life better? Let me know. I might not even play the other 2. Yeah. But y'all know me. Yeah. Yeah. Let's groove it. up, y'all? Urban Therapy with Sun 752 with this your daily. It's the daily go-getter-mism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking all fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. I'm asking you if your life is better tonight. If your life is better tonight. Since January of 20, are you getting any more money? For you, is it all about the cash? Or do you need something that'll last? Yo, your peace of mind, can you really find? Are you tired of looking at Trump all the time? I know I am, but still gotta be a man. Popular, I would say he is, but I can't understand the biz. Not trying to come at nobody neck. I'm always trying to show respect, but somebody gotta tell me something. Cause since January 20, got nothing. Still got a job, still got a little cash, but ain't nothing really changing to make me mad. Cause I was really supposed to elevate. I ain't vote for the motherfucker, he ain't straight. Yo, tell me something in my ear. Yo, I'ma listen clear. Good listener, good talker. Ask any woman, never been a stalker. I ain't trying to get the cuss on me. And I'm always restraining order free. Yo, can you say the same thing? Do we have the same king? Yes. 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 Let's get it popping. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling tonight? Power Monday all up in your area. Yeah, Power Monday all up in your area. The Memorial Day edition. I hope y'all had a good Memorial Day. I don't know if y'all cooked out. If you cooked out, I hope everything went well. I hope everything got cooked good. And I hope y'all didn't get into no crazy fights because somebody got high, somebody got too drunk, somebody got too emotional, somebody showed up that wasn't supposed to show up, and you wasn't even thinking about inviting nobody over in the first place. You was just supposed to be throwing something on the grill, and things got a little ill. Let me get my hardware out of the way, baby. Uh-oh. Okay. Let me get my hardware out of the way, baby. Everything's gonna be all right. So we are talking about has your life improved? Has your life improved? Say what you want. Say what you want. Life is not getting better under Trump. I'm putting it out there. Say what you want. Life is not getting better under Donald Trump. I know some of y'all going to try to justify it. A lot of y'all voted for him. I have not heard anybody who voted for Donald Trump personally, who will admit that he's not doing a good job. But what difference is it from the first time he became president? Because I don't think he did a good job, during that time either. He dropped the ball with COVID. Now he's dropping the ball with these tariffs, dropping the ball with foreign policy. So everything he does, people try to justify. You know how it goes. You know how the MAGA mites are. The MAGA rats, the MAGA mites, you know how they are. They can't admit that they're wrong. And they can't admit defeat. But what they will tell you is that no matter what issue that you bring up, you're just mad because he won or they won and you didn't. It's pretty much the most ridiculous thing I've heard in my life, but this is what we're working with. 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 So let's get it popping, man. Let's get it popping. Say what you want. Life has not gotten better under Donald Trump. I'm ready to talk about it. We can talk about it all day. We can talk about it all night. And by all night, y'all got 2 hours. We got 2 hours. 2 hours of power. We can talk about this For those of y'all who are new to the show, if you want to call into the show, you can call in. And there is no censorship on this show. We do believe in the First Amendment. You can call into this show and you can say whatever you want to. You can express yourself to the fullest. If you want to laugh, I'm sorry. If you want to holler, you want to yell, you want to scream, you can do it right now. You don't even have to be on the team. You want to scream, you want to yell, you want to cry, you can do it right now. All I'm going to do is give you the side eye. So what up? T Carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And best South Bronx player. Best South Bronx player. What is that? And Joe Brown says, you been on the glass pipe tonight or nah? The glass pipe. You know, if you have to ask me that question, you've probably never known anybody that was on a glass pipe. I certainly have, though. I certainly have. Sean L. says there's a reason you have 5 people watching you. Keep it up, clown. And there's a reason why your mom sucks your brother's dick. There's a reason why your mom breastfed you and she liked it. So you breastfed up until you was 12 years old. It wasn't pretty. But then again, neither is your mom. She's not pretty. So listen, let me tell y'all trolls something. We can go back and forth all day. I shoot back. Bow, bow. Plus I got the mic and I got the camera. You can't win, but you can play. So I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it might have only been 5 people watching, but watch until the end and you'll see. Cause you was here, yo bitch ass nigga. What up, Wes? What's going on? How you feeling? Good to see me some of you without a doubt. Without a doubt. Jill Living says, oh my God, I love this guy. He is logical and realistic. That might be sarcastic, but still all good. Thanks for coming on through. Appreciate you. And Sean says, wow, you got to bring moms into it. Yeah, bring your mom into it. You brought me into it. You fucking, yo, I would call you the F word and it ain't fuck. I would call you the F word, but then they'll try to demonetize me. Fucking bitch ass. Yeah. You said, what are we in high school again? Nah. But I am in something like the 35th grade. Since, you know, if you want to know, I'm in like the 35th grade. It's all good though. And like I said, you know what I mean? You come at my neck, I come right back at yours. Only I come harder. You know what I mean? I'm very skilled in this thing. So if you want to go back and forth, we can do that. As a matter of fact, you see the phone number right there, 267-874-1949. So you don't have to go back and forth in the chat. You can make your voice known, but I know you won't do it because you're a pussy. And you won't even call in to say, I'm not a pussy because you a pussy. See, I've been doing this for a long time, so I know who's who. I know who's who. Jill says, no sarcastic. I appreciate your insight. Well, I appreciate you saying that. So let's get into it. No matter what you say what you want. But life has not gotten better under Trump. I don't know. I really want to ask y'all a really, really honest question. A really, really honest question. You know, I'm not going to ask y'all whether your life has gotten better under Trump because you're going to lie. You're going to lie and say yes. If he was actually doing something, then you would say that it was the best thing that ever happened since sliced bread and that nobody had ever done what he's doing because it's unprecedented. If he was actually doing something that was worthwhile and something that was affecting you directly. But because none of the things that he is doing positively has affected you directly, what you'll say now is, but it's good for the country. It's good for the country. But your ass wasn't worried about the country when you were spending all that money for food, which you still are, and when you were having a hard time filling up your gas tank, which you still are, and when you were worried about, you know, maybe some of your family or some of the humane side of you was coming out when you were thinking about your people in Gaza or when you were thinking about the Ukrainians. It wasn't about the country then. It felt more personal. But now that you can't get anything good personally, now that, you know, all of his in 24 hours, I'll fix this thing, I'll have it together. Now that none of those things have happened, for you. Now it's about the country. Move that goalpost, baby. Move the goalpost, baby. I understand. Man. I'm a Philadelphia Eagle. I know what it's like to be a champion. And so I've had to hear it from all the other 31 teams that didn't win this year. You know what I mean? Like, I wish the Chiefs would have won, but we whooped their ass. And Donald Trump is whooping your ass. And now you have to defend this ass whooping. It's a really tough position to be in. It is. Choi N says, how much you bench? I actually do not bench press. I do not lift any weights. No, that's not true. I do the 50-pound barbells, but I don't curl 50. I use the bar for my arms, and I do some military presses. But that's the extent that I do with weights. I do calisthenics. I do pull-ups and I do push-ups. I do pull-ups. I do push-ups. I do even though my gut is not responding the way it used to. I do a lot of core work. I work out with the rolling pin. I'm good with the rolling pin too. I use the rolling pin. A lot of this is muscle memory. You might not believe this, but there was a time when I was all cutting. You know, this is the heaviest I've ever been, but I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. I've gotten it back together before, and I'll get it back together again. It's a little tougher now because I'm 54 years old and I'll be 55 soon. So it don't spring right back in motion like it used to. Boing. But I work on it. I'm gonna get it. I promise I'm going to get it. I promise. Okay, Choi says government workers are becoming less and less happy under Trump. Yeah, well, he started out by firing a bunch of them. I guess they aren't. How, even the ones who didn't get fired, how can you feel like you have job security when you witness that many people get fired without any due process, and then you watch some of them have to get hired back? So all of that instability keeps you from being able to relax. Are we going to be okay today? Are we not? It's not cool. And that really fucks with your quality of life. Why do you have to see your president on TV every day? Are y'all cool with that? I don't give a fuck how much of a Trump supporter you are. Are you good with that? Do you want to see your president on TV every day, setting the news cycle every single day, no days off, weekends, holidays, no matter what it is, you got to see him either on your TV, on your devices, somewhere. You can't escape it. You good with that? Because that's in 2020, that was one of the main reasons I wanted to get him the fuck out of here. I was like, I'm tired of seeing him. He is not the kind of show that I would watch every day. He's not. My favorite movie is not something I would watch every day. My favorite song is not something I want to hear every day. So you mean to tell me I got to look at this orange incompetent clown every day and I have no choice? Somehow, something that he does or says is going to creep into my life, into my ears, in my eyes? Come on, man. Come on. I don't give a fuck what you say about Biden. You did not have to worry about his ass and what he might be doing, and you didn't have to defend him every day. You didn't have to. You didn't even have to offend him every day. You just didn't have to. Yeah, he had his flaws. He wasn't the greatest ever. He has a history. He has a current. He has, hopefully he has a future. But you didn't have to worry about him. You could set it and forget it. This Trump motherfucker, you can't set it and forget. They say the devil is busy. They say the devil is always busy. They gotta be talking about him. Narcissistic. I don't even like using words like that. That's like one of these internet psychologists. And I'm not talking about a real psychologist or even a life coach. I'm just talking about people on the internet that like to use psychological terms and shit or psychology terms like they really know what the fuck they talking about, and they don't. I don't like to use like narcissist because you're really talking about narcissistic personality disorder. But people don't know that shit, so they just say, yo, he's a narcissist. But if you look up what a narcissist is, it's just a person who is very self-conscious or very self-absorbed. That's all it is. But anyway, Jill Litvin says, absolutely orange president. Absolutely orange president. Okay. Choi says, care for your workers for productivity. Gavin is in the house. What's good, my dude? Good to see you. Lost West says, do you know? I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I'm not trying to read this shit. Lost. Okay, damn, this motherfucker's still talking shit. All right. Guaranteed says, bro, he ain't orange anymore. Just saying. What do you mean he's not orange anymore? You mean that he hasn't been under the tanning lamps as much as he used to? He still has an orange tint because he still uses the dark makeup. What are you talking about? And you know, I think it's interesting that he's not tanned the way he was 8 years ago, even five years ago. I think that's interesting. And I also think it's interesting that he's supposed to be this masculine president. All the men feel good about standing behind Trump because he's supposed to represent your macho, your machismo. And this motherfucker wears makeup, don't even apply it right. Was always under the tanning lamps. Like, here it is in like the middle of December and he's on some. And I think it's interesting that y'all have to say he's not even orange anymore. What the fuck are we doing? He will forever be orange in the hearts of motherfuckers who can't stand him. He's forever orange. Forever orange. No, how the Rod Stewart said? Forever orange. Yeah. Okay, Guarantee says, bro, he ain't orange anymore. Cop Killer says, they are all corrupt. They may be all corrupt, but he is the most corrupt I've ever seen in my life. It's not even close. It's not even close. Hello World says, I don't tune into Trump. Like when I'm looking for my next car and they all stand out. When I'm looking for my next car, they all stand out when I see them, but like the sound of the new tax cut, but I like the sound of the new tax cut bill. Wish I could get overtime. You like the new tax cut bill. Because of the overtime, the no tax on overtime or the no tax on tips. I'm not sure if the overtime is in there. If it is, please excuse me. But I heard that the no tax on tips is in there. And what if you don't work at a job where you receive tips? Most jobs don't. Most jobs aren't in the service industry, or they're not jobs where you would get tips because you're not dealing with the public like that directly. But okay. So you're okay with Medicaid and Medicare being cut and welfare benefits. You know, when people think that they're okay with welfare benefits being cut until they realize that Medicare and Medicaid are welfare benefits, until they realize that a lot of services that people get, Social Security, SSI, SSD, they don't realize that those are Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Well, I have an elderly parent, 84 years old, my mother, and she's the last parent that I had. Ironically and tragically, I lost my dad when he was 84 in 2021. Now he was a army vet, so we didn't have a whole lot of problem getting him the care that he wanted. Not only that, but he had cancer and he didn't really want to run up any bills trying to fight it. So he kind of took it on the chin. Much to my chagrin, he took it on the chin because really wanted him to fight for his life because I loved my dad and I wanted him to still be here. But I think about people like my mom and my friends' moms and my cousins and relatives, peoples, and my aging uncles and aunts and things like that. I think about them when I think about Medicaid and Medicare being cut off. I think about them. So I don't just think about myself. But I'll be 55 years old in August. I'm not that far from potentially needing that type of assistance when my time comes. So I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. And I'm also not okay with any of those tax cuts because I know that although we'll get tax cuts, it won't benefit us as much as the 1% is getting. And they're cutting all these programs in order to make money for the tax cuts for the ultra wealthy. Now, that's not something that Trump proponents like to hear. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. He never gave a fuck about the working man. He doesn't. He never did. He doesn't, and he won't. He used y'all to get elected. But he's not going to do anything for you except talk shit. So, because a lot of y'all like the fact that he talks shit, y'all say that he's so real and, you never have to wonder what he's thinking. Oh, yeah? Well, I bet you didn't know that he was thinking that he don't give a fuck about you. Did you know that? Okay, you'll find out. You'll find out. LGZZ says, fart for his brother. Nah, we're not doing that. No flatulation. No flatulation. Cop Killer says, I spent 4 months in jail over this. Over what? David 1988 says, stop yapping and get a job. Motherfucker, I got money and a job. Suck a dick. How about that? You eat a dick. You know what I mean? Not mine, because I don't get down like that. But you go find somebody of a Diddy nature, and you make sure you make like your auntie. Make like your auntie did when you were small. Shh, that's just between me and you. All right. Jill Litvin says, yes, he looked weird. Come on, man. This dude dodged the draft. He dodged the draft. But forget about him dodging the draft. Let me ask y'all this. How much would you bet that Donald Trump has never been in a fist fight? I'm willing to bet anybody. I'll bet you this man has never put his paws on anybody. You can normally tell when a man has had to mix it up before. And you can tell when a man has been rich enough that anybody would have been afraid to touch him because he's very litigious. Litigious, that means that he sues a lot. But I'll bet you this man has never been in a fist fight before. You can kind of tell. He ain't never get cut. He had that bloody nose. He ain't never have to stick the tissues in his nose because somebody rocked his nasal passages. He ain't never have to put that piece of meat on his eye. He ain't have to do that. And he definitely didn't make nobody else bleed. Now he's scared a few He's scared a few bitches. He did. He scared some women and then making them, because he's all about playing the fear game. Nobody scared is that. Ain't no man scared of Donald Trump. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
You have a call from.
Hold on, call. Just a second. I'm get right with you. Hold on. Yeah. This cat has never been in a fist fight. And I don't know about you, but I don't trust a man who has never been in a fist fight. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that you had to be out there being a street ruffian or anything like that. But, as a young boy, you get into fights over dumb shit. Yo, that's my pencil. No, it's not. These my pencils. Yo, they got my name on it. You stole my pencil. No, I didn't. And that's not even your name. Yo, pussy, give me my fucking pencil. Yo, you ain't have to snatch it from me. Yes, I did have to. There's no way you can grow up as a little boy and never get into a couple of fisticuffs. And then I don't trust no man who never did. I'm sorry. I don't care whether you lost or won. You had to have done it. And I don't think he's ever done it. And I'm just be real with you. I don't think that any man who has never been in a fist fight is qualified to lead this country. Fuck out of here. You dodged the draft. Plus, you never mixed it up after school. You never. After school. All right, we're going to see. No? All right. Enough said. You ain't ever, run ball on the basketball court and get fouled or some shit like that. Somebody tripped you or blocked you too hard. And you had to set the record straight before they kept doing that shit. Because everybody out there is going to test your chest. If your chest gets tested and you decided that you weren't going to you want to leave the exam with a blank paper, oh hell no. Cop Killer says, what have you done for the black community? Well, I'm glad you asked that. And what up, Dimples D's? How you feeling? What have I done for the black community? Well, first of all, I am black. I've helped many children. Many children. I've been part of organizations that have helped the youth. I've helped the youth myself. Even in my job, first of all, I owned a business where I employed nothing but black people. I had to employ a couple of white people too, and they were actually good. But yes, I've employed many black people. Not only that, but we provided low income housing for it right there in the hood for my black brothers and sisters. And we provided ways for them to be able to pay the rent when they fell on hard times. Even if they just had to pay their rent, subsidize it, like part of it with food stamps and part of it with cash. So I've done a lot for the black community. Going all the way back from when I was a brand new baby. I think when I came out of the womb, I was screaming Black Power. But nonetheless, see, just because you are an asset to the black community and you help out, it doesn't mean that you have to be prejudiced. It doesn't mean that you have to hate anybody. What it does mean is that you see that your community has a need and you are more than willing to fight for them to have their needs fulfilled. Real needs, though. I'm not talking about none of that, no dumb shit. So yeah, I've done a lot for the black community, and I'm still doing things for the black community. And right now, what I'm doing for the black community is standing up for them because they don't even know how to stand up for themselves. But I do. So fuck you, Cop Killer. But thanks for coming to the show. Oh, bitch ass. All right. Let's see. Cheryl Halsey, what's good? What's good? Gavin says the border is closed. And what's that doing for you? And guess what? It was closed when the fuck he took office. What is y'all? See, this is the part that gets me about these MAGA supporters. Y'all don't know shit. Y'all don't. Y'all so busy telling everybody that they don't know something that you don't know. The border was closed when he got in office. Joe Biden deported way more immigrants than Donald Trump did when he was president. Real shit. But he didn't have to have a Muslim ban or none of that shit in order to do it. But you don't believe that, so look it up. All right, Jeremy D. Broadbeck says 100 never. I don't know what you're talking about. Jill Liffin said, what is your sign, my friend? Why? You asked that because I said I'll be 55 in August. I'm not a Virgo, baby. Leo all day. Leo all day. You can hate me anyway, but I'm a Leo all day. August 12th, baby. I'm a Leo all day. August 12th, baby. I'm a Leo all day. All right. Donald Keffner says, dodge the bullet too, that lucky bastard. I don't think that he ain't dodged no bullet. You really think they tried to assassinate him? You think somebody would shoot at that motherfucker and miss? He wore that big ass patch on his ear, and then there wasn't nothing wrong with his ear at all. This motherfucker trying to make you think that he heals like Wolverine or some shit. Get the fuck out of here, man! You just stop playing with me. And then he monetized his fucking assassination attempt. He's selling meme coins, assassination meme coins, assassination edition sneakers and watches. Like, what the fuck? Your president is a hustler. Oh, grifted ass nigga. I can't take it. Had a secret meeting yesterday. This shit is crazy, dog. This shit is fucking crazy. All right. Jason says, oh, wait. Let me say his name right. Catalano. Sir, many men and women are scared of him because he will fire them if he doesn't like them. He isn't a child anymore. He dodged the Vietnam War. Yeah, he did. Jeremy says he had people to take tests in school. He's afraid of exams. Okay. That says Trumpty Dumpty needs to have a great fall. Not luck, AI skills, or is that not luck, all skills? Did you employ Mr. T? Okay, let's go. Jeremy says they ignore the truth. They don't ignore the truth. They don't see it. They don't know. When they listen to, they won't. You ever notice that they don't like to admit that they watch Fox News, but they talk all of the Fox News talking points? And for those of y'all who don't watch Fox News or maybe don't watch any mainstream media, I encourage you to watch Fox News. Oops, did I say Trump News? I'm so sorry. Watch Fox News. Watch Sean Hannity. Watch what's that dickhead's name? He's usually in a round table with Judge Janine. Judge Janine is Attorney General now or some shit. And damn, what's his fucking name? But they will actually tell you the truth. They will report the news cycle, but then then they'll back it up with they all have Trump derangement syndrome. So they have an obligation to actually report the news, but then they will invalidate it like it's all unfounded claims. Like, yeah, listen, this is what the Democrats are saying. And then they'll have a Democrat on there actually telling the truth, actually spitting facts. And then they'll be like, and they're just mad because they lost. And here we are, winners. And he literally does this. What is his fucking name? It's going to come to me. Jesse, thank you. So you know what I'm talking about. Jesse Waters. Let's call him Jessica Waters. So they will actually tell the truth and then be like, yeah, but that's just sour grapes. We out here living. And what you mean we? Trump actually stood in front of a camera and said, the prices of gas is down. The prices of food are down. Prices everywhere are down. I'm like, I don't think you're going to get away with this one, sir. Because anybody can go in the grocery store and know that you're not telling the truth. Anybody who drives a car and has to fill it up at any time knows you're not telling the truth, my dude. As a matter of fact, you make me want to boo you. Let's boo him. Fuck out of here. All right. CB. Let's see. Ryan Goulding says, pray hello. Pray hello? Not say hello, but all right, cool. My man Troy Diesel is in the house. What's going on, my dude? Thank you for calling in and thank you for holding. What's
Always
good?
a pleasure, bro.
How you feeling today, man?
Let me let you speak. I'm sorry.
No. Do you? I was just asking how you doing, man. How's everything going?
I'm doing fine, man. Like a black man should, not like a real man should. I'm Team Sun 752, my brother, my mellow, man. Get on the live screen and speak what you can.
But I'm the SUN 752, and I do this thing with me and my crew.
Yeah, you know how we do it.
I do.
Let's give me about maybe 2-3 minutes to vent about and elaborate on the things that you said so eloquently and respectfully. You know.
Let's do it.
Let me do your due diligence as well. It takes me out because it's not the fact that, that MAGA sits back and they bootlick them. You know what I mean? You sit back, like a couple weeks ago, last week, I think, he had the South African president, man. He's trying to berate him and belittle him about the genocide of the fake genocide of South African farmers, to the point where he's inviting South African white immigrants to come in the country for free with no problem.
59 of them.
Yes, that's so far.
The genocide so bad, only 59 of them motherfuckers said, I'm out of here.
It takes me out because when you think of South Africa, did he ever remember apartheid? Stephen Biko?
He didn't give a shit about
Nelson
that
and
shit.
Winnie? Did he remember the millions of black African Americans that was murdered? Did he remember that there was stars that boycotted? Did he remember the song I will never play Sun City when all the stars boycotted Sun City because of apartheid? But no, he didn't remember that talking point. He didn't remember that.
He was
reality.
too busy. He was too busy.
Reality.
I'm sorry. He was too busy dodging the draft at the time.
Oh, you talking about with the bone spurs?
Yeah, he ain't had no time to be worried about no shithole countries like South Africa at the time.
Yeah. And then you turn back around and you sit back, and then you got people like, let me say his name. I gotta say his name, Gavin, who's been bootlicking this bull since he was running for president. This the same guy I was talking about apes. You don't know one thing you talking about urinating on a woman last week. You talk about being gooey, Gavin. Now you defending the hypocrisy and the disrespectfulness and ignorance in a person that don't even hold the person that he hired. You don't hold them to make sure that they do the right job. If they fuck up, hold them accountable. But you don't want to hold them accountable due to the fact that you picked them, and you don't want people to say, well, he's doing a fucked up job picking his staff. Instead of saying, you know what, I did a fucked up job this time, let me pick him the fuck out, bring somebody in that can do the job.
Well, even if not being able to switch leadership is possible at this time. See, what we're talking about tonight is say what you want, but life has not improved with Donald Trump. So my thing is, but here's my thing. Even if you are still a Trumper, even if you're still on the train, the mere fact that you have to defend him day in and day out, how is that improving your life? Because there's no way that instead of proving yourself, instead of making sure that you display integrity in your life and in your world with your people, you have to explain away this 79-year-old man's actions and words. So if I had people on me every day where every day lying, I was being accused of cheating, I was being accused of stealing, I was being accused of being corrupt, I was being accused of all kinds of unethical things, that would be stressful for me. That would make me want to get out of Dodge. So imagine having to do that for somebody else who you don't know and who you can't prove. It's not like you could call them on the phone and be like, yo, right? That's not the truth, right? You can't do it because he's actually what his actions say they are. He really is corrupt. He really is incompetent. He just is. And he hires other people. He appoints other people who have no experience. Why? Because he's like a gambler. He owned casinos. He bankrupt casinos, but he's a gambler at heart. But he knows that if he appoints experts, then they're going to want to play by the rules. So he hires people and appoints people who don't know what the fuck they're doing, but have ideas. That way nobody resists because they just happy to be here. They didn't apply for the job. They wouldn't have gotten the job if they applied. So if this plan is not hard to see. If you've ever been around hustlers, if you've ever been around con men, if you've ever just had a fucking little a younger brother or older brother who was always trying to get over on somebody or sister, whatever, you would see like, oh, okay. This is how people give the veneer of being 2 steps ahead, but they're not. They're not.
Well, so just like for instance, you said somebody had said something about Gavin had said something about the borders being shut. You're not just right about the borders was closed and Joe Biden deported more people than Donald Trump. Barack Obama deported more people than Biden and Donald Trump, but he did it in a humane way that was respectful and understanding of why he did it. He went through the process of doing it. He didn't just go collect people and then throw them over in another country like he doing. He didn't just say, "Oh well, they got MS-13 on their hands, so we just gonna." We don't. Oh, they got tattoos and they wearing a red hat. Well, you are wearing MAGA people wearing red hats. Why you haven't deported them?
Dude, this dude defended that MS-13 shit on the knuckles. Like, are you fucking? This is the president of the United States, dog.
You look like something.
Like,
you see it?
Like, yo, dog. I mean, and the boy keep telling him, yo, it's Photoshop. He shouldn't have said Photoshop. He should have said, yo, those are not the actual images. And he was like, yes, they are.
Somebody used crayons.
Like, what are you doing, dog? You can't tell. You can't tell. Like, you can't tell.
You know it's bad when you president and the University of Pennsylvania don't even acknowledge that you went there. They don't even acknowledge that you went there.
Well, I mean,
because they don't want your name on that school.
But you see what he's doing to the international students, or what he wants to do with the international students that go to Ivy League schools, particularly Harvard right now. But all schools have international students. So what do you gonna stop all schools from enrolling or giving scholarships to international students? Are you fucking crazy? But yeah, he's crazy. You know,
But that's the part of, but see, son, one more thing, right? See, what he's doing is that he thinks that things that he's doing is hurting minorities. You know, but he don't realize something. Like the SNAP program, there's more white people on welfare than black people.
he knows that.
And he doesn't understand that. No, he can't understand.
Oh no, he knows that. He knows that.
Huh?
He knows that.
Well, I can't tell because these bootlickers, the ones that still supporting him, are like, yes, he's doing this. But he's taking food off your table because, and if y'all need it, especially in the middle of the country,
well, okay,
in the Bible Belt states, they need it.
They do. See, like you know, Louisiana has the largest amount of people who receive SNAP benefits and all of that. It's funny we got to call them SNAP benefits because they food stamps to me. But here's the thing. Donald Trump is definitely a white supremacist. There's no doubt about that. But the thing is, he doesn't really give a fuck about anybody. Because if it was really all about the racism, then why are so many more white people mad at him than black people? Everybody is getting fucked. Nobody is winning under him. That's the thing. See, one thing I don't want to get caught up with is concentrating on the whole he's racist thing, because that can be easily debunked. Oh, you know, because people going to come up with, oh no, you see what he did for these black people, and he released Kodak Black, and he was cool with Mike Tyson, and yeah, all a bunch of celebrities and all that, you know, so because people don't understand that you can be a white supremacist or stone cold racist and still have enough diplomacy and half a brain to know how to turn it off at certain times and then turn it back on, turn it all the way up high when people aren't around, so you can walk around undetected. You know, the KK.
Let's look at the sports.
The KK.
Look at the sports stars from back in the day. Look at the sports stars from back in the day, during the 50s and 60s and everything. No matter how good they can help, like, you honestly think that Bill Russell won championships for Boston and was able to drink out the water fountain after the game? No.
But
there's no matter. There's no different. There's no different.
Have you ever been to Boston?
One of the most racist towns in this country.
Have you ever been there?
No, I don't want to go there, but I heard about it.
Yeah, I've been there several times. Fuck Boston. Yeah. I got people in Boston. I'll be like, yo, man, I don't see how y'all do it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to escape to the South, even if the South is just New York. You know, get the fuck. But I'm gonna tell you like this. Like I said, they'll get us concentrating or catch us on the talking points about him being racist and all of that, and they will say that you're so hell bent on him being racist that you're ignoring the good things that he's doing. You're ignoring the progress that he's making. You're ignoring his attempts to try to improve things because the mainstream media has sold you on the racism part. So fuck racism. We can deal with the issues all day. I can totally take racism out of the equation. Now, look, let's see what he's done versus what he hasn't done. Because this is bigger than me. Personally, I've never been a victim of racism. Now, as a people, of course, we've all been victims of racism as black people or Hispanic people or sometimes Asian people or whatever. But if you look at his body of work and if you look at his actions, doesn't matter whether you're black, white, Hispanic, the Asian, African, it doesn't matter. He's fucking over everybody. This time it's too easy to see where the chinks in the armor are, because all you gotta do is go into your grocery store or stop to get gas and you see what's going on. You know what I mean? So people letting him off the hook for saying that he was going to fix these things on day one, I'm like, oh, so you just gonna move the goalpost, and we supposed to be all right with that? Oh, nobody thought he could really fix it on day one. Stop lying, motherfuckers. Yes, y'all did. You really did think, you believed everything that he said. That's why you voted for him. If you didn't believe that he could fix the economy.
Another thing you have to realize is that us as black people don't speak on it, don't have to go back and forth. For the white people are mad because it's affecting their bottom line. But us as black people, we live by the mantra of I told y'all so. We knew this was gonna happen.
No, Troy, it's not like that. White people are not winning. We are all winning. But I'm saying, I understand what you're trying to say. But
right. What I said was that white people think that white people sit back and they're more mad than we're mad because, number one, we can adapt. They don't know how to adapt. He's fucking up their bottom line. With our bottom line get fucked up, we know how to adapt better.
Wait. Do we? Are we able to adapt better now? Because I'm not so sure. Well, I don't think enough of us do. You know, what Frank White saying, the King of New York? You guys got fat while I was in jail. It's my turn. I real shit. I don't think that the black people of today can spring back. You know what I mean? They too used to, 82-inch screen TVs and high-end electronic devices and shit like that. We ain't, motherfuckers ain't broke like they used to be. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers are paying. Think about it. 20, 30 years ago, there wasn't nobody paying $1,000 for no rent outside of New York. Wasn't happening. Now, we acting like that shit is a normal thing. It's not. $100,000 30, 40 years ago got you a palace. Now, you'll be lucky if it gets you more than a 2-bedroom. It's bad out here. It's bad. And motherfuckers are not used to struggling. When I hear, hold on. Please, y'all, hit the like button. We only got 9 likes. I know we can do better than this. Because let's see, we got 46 votes on the poll, but 9 likes? Come on, y'all. Do me a solid. Please hit the like button. I'm not trying to sell y'all nothing. Please hit the like button. I know you just start listening and maybe start typing, but please back out, hit the like button, come right back on in. You won't lose your place or whatever. You'll still be able to hear. But, hitting the like button helps the channel, and the channel needs help. I am not too proud or so arrogant that I can't ask for my channel to be better. I would love to have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and I don't. And I want that. That's a goal of mine. So it all starts with making sure that the channel can become recognized. Now, for those of y'all who hate me, of course you're not going to hit the like button. Like, I don't want this channel to get recognized. But you're still here. Why the fuck not? I mean, it's not going to hurt you. Cheryl Halsey was good, and but yeah, I just wanted to say that things are not as easy for us as they used to be. We're not in the same kind of struggle that we used to be. When I hear Gen Z cats run around here talking about any job with a salary less than $45 an hour is not a job worth working on. I'm like, they don't even have a concept of working your way up. They don't know anything about opportunities for advancement. They really believe that they should start up here and go higher. They don't understand. And it could be the case that they don't understand because they haven't been taught by their parents. But I don't think that a lot of their parents even make $45 an hour. That would get you something like $90,000 a year, maybe a little bit more. But for them to think that because they're thinking in terms of how will I be able to afford a house if I'm not even making anywhere near six figures. Well, a lot of Americans aren't making anywhere near six figures. And guess what? Under Donald Trump, you're not going to be. He doesn't make people who aren't rich rich. He makes people who are ultra rich much richer. And that's where his concentration is. So everybody else is pretty much a pawn in the game. So he'll use you in order to foster his agenda, and then you're not going to get anything. And then he's going to spin the block and tell you that you got more than what you got, or that you would have gotten more, except for the Democrats cheated you out of something. Like all of this shit about Joe Biden, this being Joe Biden's problem that he can't dig himself out of, it's ridiculous. And I'm not even going to get into that. But like I said, we are talking about how your life isn't getting any better under Donald Trump. And I would love for somebody to come in here and tell me how their life has improved. Don't tell me how somebody else's life has improved. Don't tell me how we as a whole life has improved. Don't tell me that shit, because that's a lie too. But tell me how him being president has directly affected your ability to live better. And not in a fantasy land, like real tangible things. You know, during the election, everything was about tangibles. We're talking about tangibles. What the fuck is you talking about? You know what I mean? A tangible is something that you can touch. It's something that you can feel. It's an actual thing. It's something physical. Okay, well, where are the tangibles? Where are the tangibles? Where are the tangibles? So he talks about jobs, but when you really get into it, what'd you get? You got tariffs. How's the tariff thing going? I paid $13 for a watermelon today, dog. $13 in the market, in the grocery store.
You're gonna grow your own donut.
I'm just saying, man. You know, like now I'm not gonna blame that all on tariffs, because I believe that watermelons probably come from like Florida or somewhere. But I'm going to say this, and at least in Philly, you know, those watermelon guys that drive the truck around the city, they already have their watermelons overpriced. So people be paying $15 and up for a fucking watermelon, and they don't even get to pick the watermelon. So I figured the in anticipation of the tariffs and all of that kind of shit, the market said, well, since y'all want to buy from those motherfuckers on the streets and y'all paying $15 for that, then you shouldn't mind paying $13, a mere $13 in here for a seeded watermelon that you can pick for yourself. You know what I mean? I'm like, what can I say? I bought the fucking watermelon, and that's part of the problem, because I conceded to buy the watermelon. Now, if each one of us complains about high prices, complains about the rising cost of things, but each one of us adjusts to those rising costs, then what's going to stop? What's going to be the incentive for any of the places that you shop, whether it's for food, whether it's for electronics, whether it's for recreation? What's going to be their incentive for dropping the prices if it hasn't affected their business in any way? Because as a businessman, if everybody is just going to adjust to the prices that I've set, the higher prices that I've set, I'm going to keep raising the prices. And if they don't stop coming, it's just going to be wash, rinse, repeat. Why not? So there are certain things that I stopped buying because they were just unaffordable, or should I say they were just priced out of what I consider to be reasonable. It's not that I don't have the money to buy it. I can buy any food that I want to, but it's the principle of it. And I'm a man of principle. I believe that there's a time when you have to stand on business and say, no, I'm not doing that shit. Yeah, I could, but I'm not. Because if I do it, then you won't respect me, because I'm always bending. So no, The answer is going to be no. It's going to be no. It was no yesterday. It's no today, and it's going to be no tomorrow and for the foreseeable future. We're not doing that. So I had to do that. I had to do that with chicken wings. They too fucking high. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Even certain cuts of beef. I'm like, look, I can't steak it up like that. I just can't. You know what I mean? No prime rib. No leg of lamb. I can't do it. Can't fucking do it. They tripping. You know what I mean? It'd be cheaper for me to just, go kill a cow my goddamn self. Or lamb. Like, listen, man. Just call me Lil Bo Peep. Follow me. Bah. Get my Rambo on with the 80s Rambo knife. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have lamb chops plus a new sweater. Look at that shit. Virgin wool, motherfucker. Nobody had sex with this sheep. Matt says Biden helped inflation though, huh? Now, okay, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at Biden and inflation. I really don't think that Biden did enough to address the impact that inflation was having on the American public. But to blame inflation all on Biden is unfair because the prices started rising in 2020 when COVID started. And who was the president all of 2020? That was Donald Trump. Now, for the Trumpers who love to say gas was cheaper in 2020. I'm sorry, gas was cheaper when Donald Trump was in office. Well, you have Google on the device that you are using. Use that bitch and look at the average price of gas in this country every year that he was president. And I think that you will find a truth that you have been avoiding and that he has been avoiding for a long time. Every president has had problems with gas prices during their administration. Every last one of them. Donald Trump notwithstanding, same as Obama, Biden, and Bush. Bush was the first one. That was the first time I had ever seen gas prices over $3 per gallon. And that was in 2005 after Hurricane Katrina. And guess what happened every year around the summertime when we had those bad hurricanes? The gas went all the way up past $3, and then it would come down, so they, it's like there was a lot of price fixing going on with that. The oil companies play around with your money. You know that during the so-called terrorist years, remember when we used to have the terrorist colors, what was it? Not the terror code, but the something.
Terror alert.
Was it terror alert? When they used to be saying it's orange today, red today.
Yeah, the terror
alert. Yeah, that and the gas prices were affected by the alerts. So what we were supposed to accept and understand was that just in case of a terrorist attack where we would lose so much money on oil, well, we have to get our money up front. So you're going to pay us forward and then we'll be okay just in case of a terror alert or terror crisis. All bullshit. The lower class and the middle class pays, they always get it up the ass. Always. So yeah, Biden did not do enough to address the impact of the regular working man, woman, and child as far as inflation is concerned. I cannot defend him on that.
And when you say that, you're holding Biden accountable. That's what they have to do with this man that they call the president. Hold him accountable. But they don't want to do that. They don't. They can't say he's wrong. Even the Republicans, not the MAGA Republicans, the regular Republicans, the Democrats, none of them, there's a fear. There's so much. Remember when we first was talking before, I said they scared. You said, Troy, they need to get up and start talking because something's going to happen. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse.
Right.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse. Somebody needs to break this. Somebody needs to break the cycle. It can't be the regular people. It can't be the Jasmine Crockett's or the AOCs. It has to be more than just their talking points. You understand what I'm saying? I love what you said about the shooting yesterday, because we already knew that was just something to get sympathy and empathy.
No, we don't all know that. That's the problem. Them motherfuckers really believe that this motherfucker survived two assassination attempts. They believe that shit. The same way that he believes that MS-13 with the same. Hold on. Let me go back to this whole MS-13 thing with on the knuckles of that boy. Here's what you got to understand about this Trump motherfucker. He doesn't care whether something is true or false. He knows that people have trust and confidence in him. So if he puts it out there, they're going to figure that there's a hint of truth to it, no matter what. So it doesn't matter whether it's true or false. He's riding on his credibility with his base, and it works. The same way that when he was in a debate with Kamala Harris and he said, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats and all that shit, even though it was totally debunked because it was totally fucking false. It doesn't matter, because once you put, it's just like when you're in court and you receive an objection by the defense or the prosecution because you just put something out there that was heresy or something like that. It doesn't matter. The jury already fucking heard you. So they're going to say that's stricken from the record and the jury is instructed not to take that into consideration. But they heard it. You can't unhear it. You can't unknow it. So once you hear that shit, you're going to say, well, even though it wasn't all the way true, I know some of those no good niggers have probably eaten dogs or something like that. Where did they just get that? They just pulled it out of the sky? Yes, because they know your dumb ass will believe this shit. Because you are a sheep. A Fox News believing sheep. There's something that somebody is saying in the comments. Matt is saying, okay, so who you think will have to budge in the tariff negotiations first? Whose citizens do you think will be affected more? The other countries will. The other countries will. You don't understand negotiating, clown. No, you don't understand negotiating. What you don't understand is this. If the other countries were so affected by the tariffs, then why does Trump keep relaxing the fucking tariffs? Why does he keep why does he keep delaying the tariffs? If he really wanted to, he talks a good game. He loves to play the fear game. Remember, I got all of these countries calling me, kissing my ass when not a single one had done it. Okay, so if your tariffs are so effective, if they are so effective, why aren't you just keeping your foot on the neck of all 193 countries? Why aren't you doing that? Why is China punking your ass? Why is China backing your dumb ass down? Even the fucking EU. Even the EU is like, man, get the fuck out of here. Canada ain't playing that shit with you. Mexico ain't playing that shit with you. Come on, man. And you kill me with this shit. You don't understand negotiating. Motherfucker, you don't understand negotiating. You understand that through the eyes of what Donald Trump is saying and Fox News. You don't know what he's saying to those countries. You don't know what he's saying on the phone with them. You don't know what's being said in meetings. You are going off of what you think, and I'm going off of just what I see. I've never known somebody who was dominant and took so much pride in bullying people, pushing people around, and being feared to the point where all of a sudden they found Jesus when it was really time to go hard. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead.
One way Adrian said, stop acting scattered, young boy.
So yeah, so Trump is like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna delay these tariffs. I ain't gonna do this to y'all. I ain't gonna do this to y'all. I know one thing. I don't give a fuck if those other countries' citizens are affected. I know I am right now, and you are too. So all that shit about y'all so busy trying to own the libs and stick it to other countries and shit that you willing to pay high prices when a motherfucker told you that he was going to lower prices. The fuck out of here with that dumb shit. You sound dumb, dog. You know what I mean? Fill your tank up for less than $2 a gallon and then come talk to me. You know, buy chicken wings for less than $2 a pound and then come talk to me. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hear that shit you talking about. You sound crazy. I'm dealing with actual facts that you can Google, or last time you went, if you buy the groceries for your store, I mean for your home from a store, then you feel the impact of the tariffs. This motherfucker had to go to Amazon. Donald Trump had to go to Amazon to ask Jeff Bezos not to reveal, not to be transparent to his customers and tell them the tariff price versus what the price would have been without the tariffs. Why are he doing that? If we so unaffected by that shit, why did he do that? Why does he want Walmart to absorb the cost from the tariffs? I thought we didn't pay the tariffs. Yo, wasn't he saying that? He said, nah, no, we don't pay the tariffs. The other countries pay the tariffs. So, well, how's it working out? Why Walmart? Why is he asking Walmart to absorb the prices? When he was running for president, I don't remember you asking Walmart to absorb nothing. You said everything was going to be all right. Day one is what you said. You released the January 6th hostages on day one. Why you couldn't lower the prices on day one? You don't.
Ain't the Ukrainian war, Russia and Ukraine, ain't the war over?
Oh! You know what I heard today? He's disappointed, yo. This motherfucker's ass. This motherfucker said he's disappointed in Putin. He doesn't know what has gotten into Putin. This is what he said, dog. Yo,
you know what got into Putin? Putin got into Putin.
He said, I don't know what's wrong with this guy. He's talking about this motherfucker like he peed on himself in the 3rd grade. Like, what are you talking about? He said we were negotiating, and meanwhile he's killing people in Kiev. I'm like, you don't say. That motherfucker don't care about you. He got you in his pocket. He's daring you to do something. The fuck out of here. Yo, okay, all right. Okay, listen. For those of y'all who are listening to me and my man Troy Diesel go back and forth, you can call in too. Just because we have one person on the line doesn't mean that we can't have other callers on the line. So if you would like to call in, add in your two cents. If I'm raising your temperature, if I'm making you mad, if you feel like I'm full of shit and I need to be dealt with verbally, call it. Call the number. It's there for you. 267-874-1949. That's the number to call. I said a 267-874-1949. Yes, y'all. I said a 267-874-1949. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 267-874-1949. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. 267-874-1949, baby. Round of applause. Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
You got a call.
Oh, yeah, but I have little faith in this one. It looks a little bit. Oh, no, not. Well, oh, damn, I think it is. All right, hold on.
You have a call from.
Is it like ring?
Caller with the last numbers 9185. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. What's on your mind this late morning, early morning? What's good?
I'm in the live. I'm just trying to figure out what you're talking about.
Well, if you in the live, then you heard what I'm talking about. Now, what's on your?
like,
But I asked, what's on your mind though?
Well, yeah, I just told you.
All right, speak on it. I mean, what the fuck? What did you call him for? Don't make me mad. I'm not in the mood for the bullshit tonight. If you don't have anything to say, what the fuck did you call him for?
I just told you what I said.
No. What's on your mind? What do you have to say? I'm giving you the floor.
I'm just trying to figure out what she was talking about.
All right, then you out then, right? Because you don't have nothing to say. Because I'm already saying what I'm talking about.
All right, I'm All
right, peace. I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck? I mean, literally, I'm like, what's on your mind? I'm just trying to figure out what you're talking about. Motherfucker, get your ass back to the chat, and then you figure out what I'm talking about there. This is not a place. Hey, look, we're not playing these games tonight. It's Monday. Well, it's really Tuesday now, but this is the Monday show. Not having none of that shit. Listen, for those of y'all who witnessed that bullshit, you don't have to go through that. But have your bullets in the gun ready to fire if you're going to call in. I'm just trying to figure out what you're talking about. So you wanted what, 50 seconds of fame? Come on, man, you could do better than that. What up, Oakland? What up, Spartacus? Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Gavin talking about what's going on. I thought we was all family. Now I ain't family with none of y'all maggot bitch ass motherfuckers. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all and y'all family. Fuck out of here. You crazy? All right, hold on. This is a little better. Caller with the last.
You have a call.
Hold on.
Who's Adi?
Oh God. Caller with the last number is 8652.
Yo, what's going on, OG?
Yo, man, you already know, man. Thanks for calling in.
What you got going on? What you got going on? Yo.
What's on your mind, sir?
Shit, I got a lot of shit on my mind, bro. Where the fuck do I even start, bro? We got
Speak on it.
Up ass potholes where I live at and shit. That shit fucking up my suspension. Like, how the fuck I gotta pay all this money in taxes, but I can't even go down the road without my suspension blowing out, tires and shit all fucked up. Little kids running across the street naked and shit, like all bullshit, bro. I'm tired of this shit.
You from Philly?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Where you from?
You from Philly? You already know.
Shit!
You see, we got a 267 number.
I know, but I didn't know if you was using like some bullshit ass app to hide.
Nah, son, nah. Philly born and raised. We got South Philly on the line. We got Germantown on the line. But I live in North Philly now.
Oh shit! I can't say where I live because I got.
No. You ain't gotta do that.
It's like, no, I'm gonna tell them exactly where I'm at, and they want to do something. Come do
it. It ain't about all that. we not playing no games. So all right. Yeah. So do you have a problem with local government?
Yeah, I got a problem with everybody, bro.
Okay. What do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking?
I make YouTube videos.
You just a content creator?
Yep.
And you pay taxes?
Yep.
Stop lying, son. You don't pay no taxes and shit.
I do.
Why?
Because you got to.
How many subscribers you got?
Guess.
No, don't make me guess. Tell me. Ain't no guessing.
Why not? Just guess.
Why? Why should I guess?
Because I don't know. I'm just asking you to. It's not that big of a deal.
I'm not going to guess.
Just guess, bro.
No, I didn't ask you a question so I could guess. I'm gonna just move on to the next question because I mean we're not doing this, son. You know what I mean? I'm 54 years old. I don't play all that kind of shit. So all right. So what's your real problem with local government? Yeah, he hung the fuck up. I mean, dog, my channel is monetized too. Ain't paying no fucking. You know what I mean?
I already knew that he was a troll, bro.
Dog, do you know how many subscribers you gotta have in order to really pay taxes on this bitch? Yeah, talking about some guess. Guess? No, Sergio Valente, motherfucker. What? No, there's no guess. Jordass, bitch. What are you talking about? The fuck has he?
Lord.
This is why, motherfuckers, listen. This is why Philly has a bad name. It is. You know what I mean? This is why we known as a city of haters, and this is why we known for being ridiculously aggressive for no reason and just being hooligans and acting a fool and all that shit. Cause it is kind of shit. See, now it's making I'm looking bad because it's looking like I'm coming too hard at motherfuckers. I'm like, look, I ain't got time for that shit tonight. You know what I mean? If you call into your hold on. I open the lines. I pay for a line for people to be able to call in and express themselves openly. You know what I mean? No censorship, no bullshit. If you called your local radio station, how much time are they going to give you to talk? I'm asking you, Troy.
Not gonna give you a long time. They ain't gonna give you longer than what you would.
You're not even gonna get. You're not gonna get 5 minutes. You're not gonna get 3. You better be firing on all cylinders within about 30 seconds to a minute, because that's all you're gonna get.
You better start talking.
Yeah, you know what I mean. They got time for that shit, but they want to come on here and bullshit because I let them live. Come on, man, stop it. Yogi Daddy says that shit is way more entertaining than I thought. It's cool. All right. Hello world. What up, hello world? Young nut ass young boys playing on the phone. I know, right? Like, come on, man. He taking it all the way back to the days. I'm not answering that shit, man. He a dick. Fuck out of here. I'm not answering that dumbass shit. You know what I mean? Fuck out of here.
What do you ask you? What do you ask you?
No. The phone just rung. It was the same bull. No, you get no more tick. No, I mean, it's over for you, son. You are on the no-fly list. Fuck out of here. You on the no-fly list. Like, what do you mean no fly?
One try and you can't fly again.
No fly. No fly. In other words, your gear is fucked up. You know what I mean? You ain't combing your hair. You ain't got no game. You on the no-fly list.
You still trying to call in?
Yeah, he not getting there. You know what I mean? You know fly. You can keep trying, but you know fly. You can try, but you know fly. Hold on. I got something for you. You can try, but you know fly. You can try, but you know fly. Yo, I'm not playing around with y'all cats. You really want to make me pick up the baseball bat. But this is just the internet, so it's only so aggressive that a motherfucker go get. But I would leave you wet if I saw you. Not trying to play with the tools, but I'm tired of fools. It's the Monday night, I'm just trying to get right. Yo, I ain't trying to be the young boys making me fight. That was back in the day when we used to use hands. Now they trying to hit me off with a couple of bands. And I ain't trying to lay in a basket. Or should I say a casket, you stupid ass bastard. Yeah, we go back to the time when we used to make sure we had the spins around the block. Yeah, niggas was just straight getting cash, and I would have something for that crazy ass. You couldn't play no games, and if you got caught out there, you say no names. But y'all be snitching and bitching. I ain't trying to hear that shit right now. Yo, I'm in the kitchen trying to cook up a little something to eat so the rest of my motherfucking peoples can meet the people that they need to see for that opportunities. Yeah, we're trying to get the unity. Yeah, it's you and me hitting it off, and I'm trying to get with the chick's ass and soft, baby. And the titties was big, yeah. Yo, the bitties was tig, baby. Everything is all good. Yeah, we used to call it around the way. Now we call it the hood. I remember when the West Coast gave us that lingo. Yo, remember grandma used to play bingo. Get much cash, yeah, 1,500. Yeah, back in 78, that shit was like $1 million. Do you understand what I'm talking about? You don't like shit running, yo, walking on out. Yo, I'ma put the guns down and I'ma put the bongos down, yeah, but I'ma be around. Yo, 267-874-1949 coming through and get your shine. Yo, everything is all right. Everything is all live. We do this shit. Subscribe, motherfucker, and hit the like button. We only got 17. I know we can do better than that. Yo, my pockets ain't fat. It ain't because y'all giving up no cash. It ain't because your sister back in the day was giving up some ass. But if she would, and I was around, then I was going to put the panties to the side, put the skirt down. Yo, all right, let's chill. Let's chill. All right, we good?
Yeah. Your boy Yoga Daddy said there's no comedians wore that big of Molly beads. It's a new world.
Oh, you know what? Somebody used to be in the comments, and they claimed that they used to be on the comedy scene when we was on there. It might be him.
Who, Yoga Daddy?
Oh, didn't know me. I don't think it was him. And what the fuck are
I just don't understand. Can I just say something? What grown man names themselves Yoga Daddy?
That's
that Rainbow Coalition.
Yo, he's very suspect. You know what I mean? He bended.
What's up, Oakland?
Yeah.
I just don't get it, man. I don't get it.
It's all good, man.
That was all love, just FYI.
One thing I have learned in all of these years, you gotta let some people get their shit off. You gotta let people get their shit off because they need that. This is bigger than me and you. They need to get their shit off. But I'm trying to give them a platform to really get their shit off. But anyway,
but the thing is, when they tell you why they can't get their shit off with you, because it's not the fact that you overly aggressive. It's the fact that you know what the fuck you're talking about. You know what you're talking about.
Here's the thing.
We know what we're talking about. If you can't get on here and debate with a person that know what they talk, like we're not. If Barack Obama was doing fucked up shit, we would talk about Barack Obama.
But here's the thing.
Doing fucked up shit, we would talk about Joe Biden. This motherfucker's always doing fucked up shit.
Here's the thing, Troy. I didn't say that you had to debate us when you call in. You can just. I asked the boy what his issues were with local government. I'm expecting him to say something like, "Yo, stop and frisk. What the fuck is that? Sugar tax? What the fuck is? How are we allowing this? The parking authority? Giving out."
The murder rate.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to. You can get whatever I said. You can say whatever's on your mind. If it's not in line with what we talking about now, I ain't gonna let you come on here and start talking about whether the Flyers are gonna be good next season. We're not doing that. But
that's another story.
As long as it's in tune with the topic, I don't have no problem with it. I don't have no problem. You can say what you need to say, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all love. It's all love. I'm not trying to complain my way through through this show tonight. What we got? We got about just a little over 37 minutes left. I'm sorry, 27 minutes left. All right, we good. We good. All right. So, like I said, man, in tune with or in line with the topic tonight, if people really had, even if you were talking about, all right, well, immigration, I'm glad that he's doing something about immigration. I'm like, still, how does that affect you? You know what I mean? How has that improved your quality of life?
You know what? I'm tired of hearing our people talk about they taking our jobs. What jobs are they taking? I mean, tell me, because I'm trying to see what jobs are you talking about they taking, and the ones that's saying they taking our jobs are the ones that's not even working.
Well, no, there is one job that that Hispanics have taken from black people for sure.
What's that?
Contractors.
Oh yeah. They taking. Well, it's not that they taking it. What they did was they lowballed it.
That ain't what they did.
Son,
And you hold on. You want to talk about accountability? I'm gonna tell you. I'm going to give you some accountability because the Hispanics, they took the black jobs, the black contracting jobs, and they took the white contracting jobs. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because those motherfucking no good slime ball, crooked ass contractors came, took deposits, did half-ass work or low quality work, got all of the money, and then they ran off and didn't come back and fix your shit. And they took all day to fix your shit, even if they did finally fix it right. And whatever was in the contract didn't get fulfilled as plenty of times. And because they were trying to stick around in the neighborhood and get more jobs, so they milked the jobs out. So you gave them you gave them the initial deposit, like maybe half or maybe like a third of whatever the costs were. Then they got started, and then a few days later, like first they started you off. All of these cats were in your house. And they were working, banging hammers, and sawing, knocking out shit, and all of that kind of shit. And it looked like they were really on their way to doing something. Now your crib is fucked up, and each day you see less and less workers in your house getting things done until one day no workers showed up, and you called a guy like, well, are y'all coming today? Oh yeah, we're gonna be there later today. Now they playing with your fucking money, and they telling you, oh, we need some more money for supplies, so we need the second third of the deposit, and they came and got the second third of the deposit. Now, did they finish those jobs? Maybe not. Was the quality of work of those jobs good? Maybe. A lot of times not. But they took too long for them to finish or complete the work, and it wasn't quality work a lot of times. And then they want to bitch, especially the black ones. They want to be like, oh, would you want to go get these Mexicans and shit or whatever? But the Mexicans came in, fucking got the job done no matter what the fuck it was. The motherfuckers was out of there within a week.
It was a great job.
And didn't need to come back. They didn't price you. They didn't price you out of the fucking these black ones.
That's the part right there. What you just said. It's a great job, but the thing is that when the Mexicans do it, or when like Puerto Ricans or Mexicans or whoever does it, they do it to the point where they're gonna give you a great job, but they're gonna lowball that price. They're going to give you the price that they feel as though they're giving you is a good price. They didn't give you high prices and low quality.
They gave you who? Who gave you high prices?
I'm talking about the other people.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Latinos, they gave you a reasonable price. They wasn't trying to price themselves out. They made it so their bid was extremely easy to accept, and they fucking completed the job. So. What is that? What happens when somebody gives you a good price and they do a good job? What happens next? You tell all your friends, and the next time you need some work done at your house, who you calling? You gonna call it? You gonna call the black? You gonna call the black?
Why you blaming them?
No. Forget about blaming them because they ain't around to give a fuck about getting blamed. Here's the thing. The black contractors, you know what I mean? This is black business. You don't want to support black business. No, you dealing in monkey business, motherfucker. And I don't like to talk to your dumb black ass, but you are fucking up. You fucking around my grandmother. You fucking around my mom. And then you got the nerve to fuck around my wife in my house playing with my money. And then you want to talk about black business. Well, that's not how black business works. I'm a black man myself, and I'm a black businessman myself. And if I give out some bullshit work, I should not get paid all of the money. And I should be talked about negatively and not be able to get no more work until I get my shit together. But y'all want to go from job to job to job, fucking over people, collecting deposits. And I know how it's priced. So what they've been doing was, they break down the deposits in threes. But the job is already paid for by the second deposit. That's why they be running off on the third. Like, I don't really need the third because I got what I really wanted and what the shit was worth for the second. And guess what? Your sink ain't finished. Now you gotta go hire. Now you gotta go hire a crackhead or Mr. Dave. You know what I mean? Mr. Dave, who you should have fucking hired in the first place. Because Mr. Dave don't fuck around. He a retired old head. You know what I mean? He can do anything. But you wanted to go to this premium motherfucker because you wanted this big lavish ass bathroom and shit. And you ain't think Mr. Dave can handle it. But Mr. Dave sure did save your life, didn't he? The fuck out of here. Yeah, I'm fucking with Mr. Larry, the real black businessman. Not you. Not you, Ace Capone, plumbing and heating. The fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Ace Capone. but you know, so if I'm gonna hold somebody like Donald Trump accountable, shit, I'm gonna hold my own people accountable too.
But just look and also look at with that. But see, this goes to also go to Donald Trump, how he builds properties, like he builds some hotels and then turn back around, and as he built them, at some point in time, claim bankruptcy, and then the people that hurts the most are the bottom people, the ones that don't get paid the money, like the carpenters, the people that was doing the drapes, the plumbers, and all that stuff. So as soon as he claimed bankruptcy, they don't get paid.
Word.
You know what I mean? So I mean, at the end of the day, it's a trickle down effect. Bullshit beyond bullshit. But stop sitting up here saying that people if you're not doing a great job, and the other person is, whether they're Latino or Asian or Filipino or whatever, or African, you can't hold them accountable. And one thing I said to you about this last night, I said we sit back and we talk about the border, but people forgot at some point in time, Ellis Island was the border. That was the opening border to immigrants.
Fact.
And if you really want to understand that shit about immigration, you go to Ellis Island, because there's a book there or there's a person there that can show you if you're Italian, if you're Irish. You understand? And it will show you your great-great-great-grandfather and your great-great-great-grandmother or family members that's in that book that was signed when they came through Ellis Island. They don't sit back. You sit back and you prejudge these other people who's coming from countries, war-torn countries, or countries where where women are being raped, kids are being made to fight wars, men are being made to fight wars and getting killed, and they want to come here for a better life, and you want to turn them into MS-13. When the Italians came over here, they created the mob. Same thing with Irish people. But yet y'all don't even say nothing about that. Like I said, stop trying to tear down all these other cultures when our culture, there's more American killing people than any amount of immigrants can. I never heard immigrants running into a school killing people, killing kids. It's Americans. 9 times out of 10, white Americans. So stop this shit. Stop the bullshit, man. Stop creating talking points for the village idiot.
Yeah. When they came up with this shit, like, it's only the immigrants out here committing crimes. I'm like, oh yeah? You better check the numbers in them jails. Because either y'all not catching none of them, or they are not represented in the jail population. But you know who is represented? Them black people, those white people, white Anglo-Saxon Protestants.
We got the gold medal when it comes to prison. Americans got the gold medal in prison. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear nothing about no immigrant, no MS-13 and no this, that, not that, and other. Whatever. I'm not saying that immigrants don't commit crimes.
I'm not saying that, but to try to make them, no, we're not saying that, but to try to make them seem like the poster child for violent crime in the United States. Like, you ever heard of Hell's Angels? How about the Pagans? Yeah. How about the Bloods? How about the Crips? I don't know, GDs, the Vice Lords, Black Space. I mean, I don't know, Latin Kings.
Sitting up here creating fucking talking points to benefit these broke motherfuckers. You know, don't sit up here like I told you last night. I'm sitting up here, I go on this guy, I think his name is James Craig. He had, I'm talking to him about he wanted to know about the situation about South Africa. I bring up apartheid, and then I told him I got to look into the situation about South Africa. And he said, "Well, I wouldn't mind all white people being sent from over there anyway, because I don't want this country to be taken over from people like you."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying to myself, see, that's back in the day when we started doing comedy. When I started doing comedy, and we was doing comedy, right? Because you started before me. Both of us, I think we all both agreed that there's always computer thugs. Everybody can be an internet thug. Because the shit you see on the internet, when you walking down the street, and the same shit you say here, that if I see you on the street, you'll be like, "How you doing, sir?" You wouldn't even talk. You wouldn't even talk the way you talking to me on this internet.
Yeah.
Because you know what I would do to you.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Stop being an internet thug. Respect people accordingly on here like you would on the street. Because if I would love it for me to walk down the street, right? And somebody said that shit. As soon as I walk down the street, my phone would chime. Bing, and it said, "That's the motherfucker that was talking shit to you last night." And you could just fuck him up. You know what I mean? He said, "I knew you did comedy." I said, "Yoga daddy."
Yeah, it's
You damn right, Yoga daddy. I did comedy. I still do comedy. You damn right. Laugh, giggle, chuckle. And welcome to the channel.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know, the ridiculousness and the hypocrisy.
Yeah, let me call you right back.
Okay. You good though? All right. Listen, when the cat got to get out, when the cat got to get off the phone at 3:47 in the morning, you don't ask no questions. But yeah, how has your life improved? How has your life improved? I don't think that life has gotten any better under this regime or under this administration. I really want to call it an administration, but I don't look at this as an administration. I look at it as a straight regime. I mean, you know, when you start taking away, you know, the MAGA Republicans are not conservative. They're not conservatives. Conservatives believe in following the Constitution. Conservatives believe in balancing the budget. Conservatives believe in limiting spending and limiting government. That's what conservatives believe. So what are MAGA? What is their handle? You can't say that they're MAGA conservatives. Like when you want the debt ceiling to be raised $4 trillion, like why would you need that if you're going to be fiscally responsible? Why would you need the $4 trillion? Like that's an astronomical amount of money to use as a safety net. But you also have to consider that if you don't spend that amount of money, then the money that you can steal from that, that you could allocate. Hey, the amount of money that you could allocate from funds being released that is ridiculous. You would be okay for many generations just by what you could steal. $4 trillion? Come on, man. But we're gonna make it pop. Let's go to this poll because we got 75 votes in the poll. Let's see what we working with. All right, the question was: be honest. Do you think that it's cool that you have to see or think about the president of the United States every day? All right, 33% says, yes, when I see Trump, I feel good. That's disturbing. All right, 39% says, no, the thought of him nauseates me. And I'm glad that's the lion's share of the votes. 12% says, never really thought of it that way. And 16% says, it is a little peculiar. Seriously. Like, yeah, every day. Every day you got to hear about something that your president said, or you have to see his image, or you have to wonder about what he's doing and how it's going to affect you and your people, possibly your neighborhood, and all these kind of, like, many of you are married and you find it hard to deal with seeing your spouse every day. Real shit. Real shit. There are plenty of you who are married who contemplate divorce or separation daily. And you mean to tell me you okay with hearing this motherfucker talk? Like, I don't even see how y'all can take his voice. Just real shit. I hate hearing him. I hate his voice. I mean, when I say I hate his voice, dog. But every time you hear his voice and every time you hear a news story about him, it's never anything good. Now, he may play into some of your carnal desires, and he may play into some of your fantasies about being a boss and sticking it to the man, or really, really having the ability to say what's on your mind instead of thinking before you speak, which is actually a commendable and valuable thing to be able to do. But I understand how living vicariously through Donald Trump can be helpful for some people. Like, they've always wanted to do it. And maybe those are the people who can stomach seeing him on TV every day or having to deal with him every day. But having to defend him every day, who signed up for that? That's what I want to know. Who's signing up for that? Who? Ooh, my man Jay Sloan is in the house. My man Jay Sloan, what's good, my dude? That's my man, all the way back to the 1982. That's a long time. 1982, what number? Another summer. God damn. Sound of the fucking drummer. What up, my dude? He says, my life is definitely improved. Before the inauguration, I was bored every day. Now, thanks to dear leader, there's always something going on, and my boredom has been deported. Touche. Matter of fact, touch E, schwa. I appreciate that. Why didn't I think of that? And you're right, though. He will stop you from being bored, but he will raise your anxiety level to the point where you might be on blood pressure pills. And you know how it is. They start you off with the water pills first. And then if your pressure continues to be high, then they're going to start getting you on the real medication and shit. And you know, once you get on the medication, you ain't coming off of that bitch. You gonna be on that shit for life. But it's all good though. But no, it's not all good. I'm so sick of this motherfucker. For real. I'm so sick of this shit. I don't know. I don't know how long it's been since any of you have looked for a job, but you can best believe if you took on a professional position, your background, your experience, your ability, and absolutely your references are going to be the determining factor on whether you get that job or not. Yet you elected a politician who has never been in politics before. I'm sorry, you elected a president who has never even so much as been a committee man. Because you thought, because he was a businessman and the United States is a business, you know, you read a couple of chapters of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and you thought it was just good as you having an MBA, huh? It was good as you having an MBA. Well. Well, I get it. He takes chances on people, and you took a chance on him. But see, this is what happens when you deal with people on a whim or on a hunch, and they really aren't qualified for positions. They don't understand the essence of certain positions, leadership positions, positions of leadership, and they wind up dropping the ball, or they wind up being puppets because they're just happy to be here, knowing that they don't deserve to be here. But they figure that somebody believes in them and they're giving them a chance and an opportunity to better themselves and possibly to improve their financial condition. So I can't blame the people for taking the jobs, but you have to look no farther than the person who hired them. When your employees, if you own a business, if you run a business and your employees violate someone, they don't sue that employee. They sue that business. And that's why it's important for businesses to vet the people that they hire. So you don't get caught out there with really bad lawsuits and shit, looking all crazy and having to pay out your ass, raising your insurance premiums and all that shit. It's not what you want. But look what happens to the people that Donald Trump normally appoints. Many of them have wound up in jail. Either that or then they fall out of his good graces. And then all of a sudden, there's somebody that he never was a fan of or never really liked or hardly even knew. The way that he distances himself, from people who get taken under is amazing. But at least he does the right thing by his people and makes sure that he acquits them, and not acquits them, but pardons them from prison and things like that. So, this man is requiring it to be taught in Oklahoma schools that the 2020 election was stolen. He's literally rewriting history and having it told to the youth. Who else would do something like that to their youth? Who else would use propaganda to sway the opinions and the alliance to the Fuhrer? Oh, did I say the Fuhrer? I didn't mean to give it away. Yeah, Hitler did that. And yeah, ain't this about a bitch? Motherfucker. They waited a whole week to flag my video about who's going to stop your daughter from becoming a Cassie. They waited a whole week to do it. Normally they do it right away. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't even remember disputing that, but that's okay. That's okay. I mean, it's really not, but it'll be all right. Some it's all about advertising revenue. So they don't think that the advertisers will pay for certain, pay to have commercials run on your channel, then they'll fall back and won't promote it as much. That's all right, though. That's all right. Jay Sloan says Trump is like if Archie Bunker were a real person and somehow got elected. Wouldn't that be some shit? But shit, even on All in the Family, or what became the spinoff of Archie Bunker's place, he dropped a lot of that racist shit. So even Archie Bunker had evolved. He evolved. He didn't stay where he was. And somebody like him, you know, blue collar, only high school educated, you would expect them to pretty much hold on to whatever their core values were, even if they were totally negative or cloaked, soaked in ignorance. But hey, the writers went to school. Mr. Manifest says, nah, my life is sweet. Wake up, get my money, go to bed with my chick. Life is good. This politics shit, for the birds for real. Well, that's what I'm saying. So it sounds to me like that's what you were doing before the politics shit ever came into your house or into your existence or into your world. My question is, did your life get better since Trump came into office? If you totally ignore him in all politics, then I don't see how it can directly affect you. But, you know, if hopefully you don't have a job that's in danger of laying off people or whatever, trimming your fat, you know, and hopefully you don't have any loved ones who are in harm's way that way. So I get it. Buana says, if you live in Oklahoma, you goofy anyways. Let them sell their souls. Well, you know, Oklahoma is the home of Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street. One thing I'm not going to do today is get into my feelings about Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street. Yeah, I have a totally different perspective than those cats who run around talking about, yeah, we had Black Wall Street. We had Rosewood. Both of those, and Wilmington, North Carolina, all three of them have one little running theme in common. And when people speak about those places, they fail to acknowledge that. But it's all right. If you know, you know. Let's do these birthday shout outs because that's something I know. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious May 26th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Sean Mills. And also, let me get it right. And Yvette Body. You know what? That could be Yvette Bodie, but it looks like Body to me. And Tori Antoinette, Shonda Rawlings. Hold on. Michelle Shelley Allen, Katrina Peaches Greenfield, Sheik Alpaluni, Monet Jones, Sharon Daniels. Is that the last one? Let me see. Let me be sure. No child, no birthday left behind. Let me see. Make sure everything is all right. Yeah, all right. I want to give a shout out to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on my glory, on this glorious May 26th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and I go hard, go for yours, and remember, Trump came in the office. I thought he was going to be the hardest. He's the softest. Actually, he's not soft, but he becoming hard. No diddy, y'all understand? Not pulling cards. Trump cards. Yeah, it's like a metaphor, sort of like an oxymoron, but I'm still fine. A way to be happy out this bitch, because I don't care whether I'm broke or rich. I'm going to have a couple of laughs, take a couple of baths with my girl who will become a couple of halves, or should I say the best half of me, and I'm trying to be a better man. Stand on my own 2 feet, yeah, 10 toes down, and I'm always front a little bit when the hoes around. That's kind of how I am. Scam don't have to get run. I'm just trying to make sure we have a little fun. A ton of fat bitches come around this shit. The riches won't be taken. Yeah, they frying the bacon. I ain't eating none of that pork. Keep it off my fork. And the store didn't bring me no baby. I had to pull down my pants and run up in that lady. But yo, and that's another conversation for another day. But we gotta make sure we take care of the babies today. And the way gotta be made. I'm trying to make sure that I'm sort of like the boy who says I gotta get paid. Or should I say I got it made? And that was my man, you know, back in the day. I still stand. 100 grand. Yeah, that's my friend. And I thought he would be my friend until the very end. But he started to change when he started to be around with other people who started to rearrange his mode of thinking because he was a follower. And ain't nothing wrong with being a follower, but he'll be a flower. Don't let him pick off your petals, and don't make him foolishly pick up the metal. Or have you doing stunts for blunts and have you be doing all up in the jail for 56 months. And that's a lot of years. And that's a lot of tears for your people to be shedding, and they won't ever be forgetting. Now, felons can still get a job nowadays, but they lucky that this crime pays. And I say rhyme pays, just like Ice-T in 1987. I was digging the album, but 11 is something that I used to have to go to sleep 11 o'clock at night when I was like around 3. All right, I was around 12. You don't believe me, then go to hell. I'm still well, not feeling sick. And just because you ain't feeling sick don't mean that you healthy and shit. Go to your doctor, get your routine checks, and don't have them take your blood all the time. Respect. Because you can find the same thing in the urine that you find up in the bloodstream. So why always taking blood, you know what I mean? Well, a lot of y'all don't know that you have a choice of whether to give up your plasma, but I has a reason to believe that a lot of people are doing something with the melanin in your skin. I don't want to begin to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I say the dearest thing to my heart are my fam, my peoples, my friends, who are just the same fam, my peoples. I'm glad y'all came by. I hope y'all give me a like and give me a try. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see me again. If you don't want to see me again, I'll see you again. Somewhere in passing, we ain't got to be friends. But I'm going to see you again. Yo, I don't have the windows tinted, and I don't have to be throwing certs in my mouth because they minute. In a minute, maybe in a second to wreck it. I take a minute to get in it, run it back, spin it. I spun the block with my old girl because I wanted to be around her because she was old thorough. And I was playing a lot of games. And I got put in chains. Or should I say the tackles? I should have say the shackles. I felt like I was Reggie White getting tackles and getting took out. Yo, good looking out, y'all. See y'all tomorrow night. We gonna be all right. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 2 a.m. to keep this thing going. Now, I don't know what we're going to be talking about tonight, but you can best believe it's going to be something nice. Appreciate all y'all coming through. Simon says keep going. Keep going. All right, I tell you what, I can give you a little bit more. Yeah. There was a time I talked about the halls and walls. Sometimes I used to talk about the balls in my drawers. Make sure I didn't get burnt. Fucking around raw dogs, those bitches had the lesson learned. But I turned a little bit older and had to, get the dust off my shoulder. Cause life was getting colder, even in the summertime when motherfuckers trying to take it real shine. And they leave you in the dark, you ain't even got a spark. I'm trying to make sure that I drive my Skylark Buick that I had back in 1986. Actually, I ain't had that shit, I meant 96. Well, maybe I didn't have the shit in 96, but listen, I'm just like a lottery pick. First round, make sure that I always stayed first down. Kept my mouth shut, just got a little butt and a little tits. Swapped a little spit, but I ain't trying to get burnt and be dying from it. All my people that died from the HIV, I know HIV don't kill you, it's the AIDS, but you understand, see? It was bad when I was coming up and people act like they forgot that shit. And I'm like, yup, that shit could happen any day. Like it could return to you in the worst of ways. And I ain't trying to be in my purple like haze. And I ain't trying to have nobody give me a ribbon and have them giving out shouts to my people saying that he was a good man. And I wish things could be different. And we gonna learn this lesson and take my blessings. Count all your blessings. I ain't trying to hear this shit. Yo, if I remember when I was younger and I had a little belly, had hunger, starving for knowledge. I went to college all 4 years and drunk a lot of beers, ate a lot of fried chicken and wings and crab sticks. Now I think about it, what the fuck was I eating that shit for? But I did. I ain't know malt liquor was getting drunk. Went around here smoking the skunk. That's right. Me and my man Jay Sloan. I ain't trying to put him out there, but I know that shit he owns. He don't be fronting like he never did no dirt. We ain't be talking about all the smuts that we squirt. Yeah, we was young. We was making sure we had a lot of fun. Getting hung. Hung out to dry, you can ask why, cause it was because it still had a little buzz, trying to come out, trying to come up, trying to have no nose, trying to say yup. All right, so we out. All right, I gotta get out of here. Y'all gotta either go to work or go to bed. I gotta go to bed. I've had my fun, a little 3-day weekend. Yo, man, thank y'all. Jason Slow says we didn't know better. Oh, man. Word up. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, man, I appreciate y'all. So, like I said, we be back tomorrow night, 2 a.m. We ain't gonna be talking about politics tomorrow. We're gonna be talking about some other fly-ass life shit. Emily Dunlap is in the house. Yeah, man, I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.